Okay, good day, guys. Welcome to day two of building VS Code extension with AMP code and source graph coding AI. Previously, we built up to the point where you can add any file. As you can see here, these are my previous file I added, and we can copy the parts and test it out. It actually works. Right? Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to try and limit some of the files here so that it works for only workspace. So if I'm in a workspace, for example, on this project, I want the workspace scratch files to be there. And maybe I have it as this scratch pad here. I'll have like general scratchpad, and maybe down here I'll have like workspace scratchpad. So I think that that can work. Then any one that is added there, yeah, I think that's a better way to go about it. So let's fix a couple things, and I'll deploy today also. Let's say so we have a scratchpad service where we create the files and everything. So I'm just going to be doing mostly using the AI to write the stuff and then doing some fixes. So here we have some symbols and we have the file type. Like these are predefined types. If you don't want, you can create custom file type. And so let's go to our extensions where we have let's go to where we have the views. So here we have the scratch pad and let's add another one. I'm just gonna add like this. We're not giving it any icon. So I'm gonna call this workspace scratchpad explorer. So this will be workspace scratchpads. Should I call it scratchpads or just scratchpad? Yeah. So scratchpad explorer. So let's call this and see. We have the views, and in the views we have this. No, I don't want that. Then we have these commands, right? Then in the view for, let's see, view title. Let me run this and see what I get firstly. Um, oh, sorry, just need to restart it here. Yeah, so we have workspace scratchpad. There's no data provider register that can provide view data. So we need to kind of like do providers, let's say, uh, okay. So now we have this. What I'll do is I will just ask I would ask like Cody AMP basically I'll ask AMP to segment it. So any file that is created in the workspace scratchpad would persist across that workspace while the one in all would stay there. So I'll just continue here in the package JSON. I've added two views. One for all scratchpad and another for the plan is to keep that files and the general. So sometimes you have to give the AI model a lot of context. Just think of you being like a project manager and you have to, write out this task. So that is exactly what we have to do. We have to give it more context in order for it to, know what to do. Yeah. So I would let it do its thing. So usually, it's a good practice that you commit your code as often as possible when you are building with AI. So let's see what it would give us. Yeah, we have it's pretty decent code here. Just FS file operations majorly here. We have majorly file operations. Then these are just constants, right? Then this is the provider that provide the view items, right? The view items that you see there. So this is the provider, and it calls the service to get those files and all those. Okay, now let me examine. Yeah, so yeah, it's going to add some more options. Let's see. Okay. Mm, expected. So we need to update the provider now, so it knows which view to render, and based on the parameters that is passed there, then the provider would know that okay, this is this view, like you can see here. Yeah, I think that's pretty decent. So ensure the scratchpad directory exists at global scope. Okay, let's see. We'll test it out. Try to like create different projects and see if they persist. That's what we'll do. Now, the next thing is to update the service to also accommodate those. That should be somewhere here. Yeah, so we add the scope, but it's not utilizing it yet. Is it? Let's check. Okay, yeah, it's not utilizing. Now I need to update to handle commands. Okay, yeah, it's updating it now. Let's see. This is the package JSON. I think one interesting feature that we love AMP to introduce is to kind of give this, I don't know, but give a like colored difference for file changes. I know we have this here, you can easily see, but I mean as it's building, yeah. So we have a couple stuff added here. So for the creation of scratch file, it's there. Like we call this MyScratchPad the create scratch file. That is for the global one. Then for the workspace on, we write a command which is create workspace. So just like refresh workspace scratchpad. I think it's basically maybe let's see, refresh crash part. It's not added for delete and rename, so probably we'll check that. Let's see. This is create, refresh, and this is delete, rename. Okay, yeah, these are the view items. I know these are commands. Yep. Okay, let's see. So I think basically the delete and rename works same. You just need the file part. Yeah. Okay. Let's see now. Let me fix the title error and extension. Okay, okay. Let's see what we have. I think I should rename this my scratch part. Yeah. So we have the workspace directory. One of the interesting thing I love about using code is that it can explain a code to me once I don't understand, right? So here I will just ask it to explain. Okay. It's to decide on a directory location to store workspace specific scratch file. So here we have the workspace folder information about the currently open workspace. A part where variables where the extension can store its data. So that's like the VS Code storage for maybe like, you know, then a string using the conditioner. So it checks if there's a workspace folder right? Meaning a workspace is open. Yeah, so if a workspace is open, it creates a path inside that workspace, the VS Code folder. But I would love to see, let me check. I just hope it's not creating it inside the that's real tricky because if we're adding that, we might not want to commit that. So does that mean when the project is deleted, if we add it to a git ignore like .vs code scratch file? Because if we're writing anything to the scratch file in a project, then how do we handle the deletion of the project? Well, if you delete the project, I think your scratchpad is gone. But I think we can introduce like a configuration settings to decide if the user wants to let's see, sample one. Yeah, so this is under workspace scratch files. Okay, undefined publisher, no workspace is open, and I would create a new project real quick. It seems I don't have terminal access. Okay, yeah, I do have terminal access. Yeah, just see the documents, open source, and here I would. I think I can spin this up. Like, let's try. I'm going to make the scratchpad test one. Then let's see if this is gonna open a new debugger window. No, it's not opening a new debugger window. Well, so I need to open. How can I do that? Let's see. Do I have to build this and um can I open? Okay. Select the scratchpad. Let's do so the reason I just want to open it here. Um, okay. Yeah. Are we still on the debugger window? Yeah. Hello.html. So we are on the debugger window. Then we have all this scratchpad and there's no workspace scratchpad right now. Let's try to create one. I just want to call the sample script sample dot and sample script. Now this scratchpad still persists and we have this which is for the project. Now let's try to rename to be sure it works. Sample one, yeah, it works. I'm creating another one. I just got this and I try to delete it. Yeah, it works. So I will try something else. Let's create another folder and try. Go back one step, make the and call it Scratchpad test 2. Then we'll create another one, Scratchpad test 3. Then I would open Scratchpad test 2. Uh, just let's see. It's loading our Scratchpads. Yeah, it's loaded. Okay. Here it has the scratch files in the VS Code part. So I guess that's where it's storing it. So I can add this. So it's kind of like stores it in the VS Code. I said, yeah. So from here you can see we have the VS Code directory. So it says in .vs Code. Now I want to make some findings, right? I'm just gonna ask my question here. Um, here we create a new .vs code slash scratch. files. Is there no way to? I think what I want to do is take the project name, like the project name, folder name that is open, and use it as a folder under the same global context, right? So what I want to do is get the workspace, like workspace folder. Um, let's see, and let me console.log this and see what it gives. What is it saying? It's possibly undefined. Yeah, I think I kind of like that suggestion. So if we're on a workspace, I think that's a good solution because not everybody wants the scratch files directly on the VS Code, and you might not want to transfer your scratch files. I mean, that's why it's a scratch file. So let's see what we have. Okay, so we have this. We have the path. So what I can do is I can, take out the last one and, use that. Maybe use a random timestamp. But then using a random timestamp might it might not be able to locate it when next we open. So the best thing I think I'll do is to tie it. But then when the only downside is when you rename the project, you lose context. I think that's a better option. If you have a better option and you think so, you can, suggest it. So let's create a new variable and we'll call it workspace folder path, and I'll just take this dot split. I'll split by this and take the last one. Yeah, that should give us the last one. So now let's log workspace folder path, and I'll do some deletes. Let's take this, put it here, and we want to. That's very tricky. Context path to join workspace scratch files, and let's do this. Path dot join. So if we have workspace, then we want to join this with the workspace folder path. Is that right? But let's add this. Let's see. Now we already checked that we are definitely sure that would exist, right? Yeah, because there's a workspace. Now I would delete this and try it again. Let's delete this this entire block of code, create a new index.html, and I'll just put random stuff there. Nothing fancy. Then here, we already have this. I'll just restart it and see. By default, it should create a new file, but right now it's not creating because we removed the code. Hopefully it works. So I'm going to create a new one and I'll call it JavaScript new boy.js. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to add the. I think one thing I should implement is if there is like a new boy, new. Oh, okay. I think there's a problem with the rename. Yeah, the rename is going to the wrong place. But I think we are close. We have new boy.js showing it's deleted. Oh, why is it still opening? Let's reload. Yeah, it's gone. Now let's look at our command. So this is the default command. Then let's go to our what's this doing? Let's see. I guess it's not being used then. Helper function to use based on view context. I would find out why that is not being used. Register command. Yeah, so we have commands. This is for scratchpad. Delete. Okay. Yeah, delete shares same context. Rename. Perfect. Okay. Provider is workspace. What are we getting? Ah, Probably we just get the parts rename. Let's see what we did here. Delete. Okay. I think it should not be so complex. Let's get the part of the file and delete it. Okay, let's see. Provide that. So we have delete scratch files. Try that on link scratch file dot path. Yeah. Then the path, where are we even passing that? The tree dot scratch file. There's no need for this. There's no need for this, honestly. Let's try something real quick. Service. I can tree item. Where are we even using this service? Oh, service dot delete scratch file. Provider. Oh, I see. Okay, let me ask. Uh, let's see. Oops, I thought I copied that. Let's see. Yeah. Previously it's created. I created a new .vs code slash scratch directory, but I changed it to use the folder name open for for the files actually. Update the corresponding delete slash rename handlers. Also check other places. Yeah, let's see. I'm not able to figure this out. Mind you, this is like the first time I'm building a VS Code extension, and I have a couple extensions I'll be building going forward. I want to really build on VS Code ecosystem and play around with the VS Code API. So I would learn as I build, and I'm glad Cody and Amp is here to guide me. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, what have you changed? Great. Delete. Nothing so far. What has been modified? Oh, nice. I see. So it's kind of like telling it, determine which service to use. Oh, wow. Where's this? Part that include workspace scratch files. Okay. I'm a little bit confused there. Oh, if it's a workspace, mm, it's there where we are not using this. If it's a workspace directory, then it's gonna have workspace scratch files. Let's see. I'm not even sure I understand what's going on anymore. Uh, get the workspace scratch files, workspace scratch file, workspace folder. Okay, okay, I get it, I get it. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, so what happened? This is the same. Like if there's a folder, we put it directly in that folder. But if not, we just fall back to this. Okay, 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 okay. Workspace, yeah. Global, Scratchpad. Yeah, 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 I get that. So, sorry, I was mixing it up. So we check if the workspace file or not, then we'll pass in the workspace. Yeah, super cool. Okay, so we have our space scratchpad here, nothing. We have a scratchpad. It's loading, guys. Oh, how did it come to add new boy here? Let's delete this and add a new one, new boy. So we have it in our workspace scratch file. Let's reload. Let's reload. Okay. Let's rename it new boy 2. Oh, perfect. Let's delete it. Perfect. Everything seems to work well. New boy. Perfect. Let's rename it 1. Then let's delete it. Okay. So we have all that working, and sorry, just let me quickly add this to workspace so you don't keep I hit those lines coming up. Yeah, so I think everything looks pretty good. Now, new boy has added new JavaScript test one, and what I want to do is to move to another workspace. I like what the other time. Okay, no scratchpad files. I can delete this. It's not fetching from VS Code anymore, and I can just create it. The beauty of this is that when I create a scratchpad, I can, easily run it. I don't have to do anything. I have this runner extension, that runs code directly. So I can easily, be coding here and maybe just even create maybe like agent a markdown agent and create an agent markdown file, feed it with context and reference it in take for example, you can reference it in your code extension. So you can, use it as a context base, maybe put in your documentation if you don't want to put it in your code. Put it in your documentation, just reference it from there. Yeah. So I think we are getting somewhere. Now the next thing I want to do is like update the documentation on this. Okay, now update the README this project to tell what exactly this extension does. Now there's one last thing I need to do. I need to go to like let's see uh, coding. Okay, so I need like so I don't know. It has this image, so I need to prepare for deployment. I need to add some images and logo, I guess. Yeah. So I just wanted to check that. I was checking some logo samples. Let's see. Is our guy ready? Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, my scratchpad, powerful scratchpad, provide both global and workspace. Okay, create, manage. Okay, I like this. I like this. It's still editing, right? You find in the Explorer sidebar. I would add an image there for project specific. Choose your scratchpad, uh, create a new file, or choose custom. One of the reason I so much love the model behind the AMP is that it's kind of like checks and does things by itself. I don't even need to keep telling it. And there's no like continue. I don't think I've seen continue, but that's pretty awesome. Okay, managing files and stuff like that. Supported types, damn, man. All global contents you reuse exactly. It's kind of like reading my mind. Known issues, report them. Initial, okay, I think I like this. From PSP Marketplace, open the Explorer, building, contributing. Wow. Let's see what GitHub is open here. No way, you got the GitHub URL. Nice. Make your VS Code more efficient. I super love this. I would try to make this video a little bit fast, so it's already 30 minutes. Let's commit all this. Yeah, I don't need to write commit message when I have like code to generate them for me. Whoa, that's some very, very descriptive comment. Why should I read? I trust coding. Ah, guys, I do read it. Okay, so I'm pushing that. Next, I need to, okay, current repository. How do I publish my extension to the VS Code marketplace? I'm not even sure what to use. Right, notes, pad icon, oh, scratchpad icon. Some maybe free pick. Okay. Create a Microsoft account, create a Visual Studio Marketplace. Well, install the packaging tool. Okay, I think I can just execute this from here. Yeah, that's too big, man. Well, go to Visual Studio Marketplace, sign in with a Microsoft account. Okay, name, my scratchpad. Okay, icon. Yeah, then okay, create personal. Well, I would not do all this on the video. I would do this on the background. But before that, I would try to maybe like build it and install it on my VS Code and use it. Probably I would come up with some potential bugs or something. I don't know. So yeah, let's update the to do one last thing. So we have extend the extension to leak. This is done and publish update readme, and this is in progress. Yeah, I think that can suffice for now. Okay, so feel free to check out the project. You can always see it here, the Edon Devs repository, or you can go to the awesome things built by ARM coders. You can see it right there. uh, Thank you guys. See you all on the next episode where we try to add, password and try to protect the scratch files. Yeah.